think this might be a record. This is our third time going live for the day. So, today we're talking about AI topics and topics relevant to AI in general. We've had a great conversation today about a number of things. As I mentioned, it's the weekend. We're kind of taking it light. We're not going to be going over the board. We're not going to get into topics that are too deep. But the question of the day was, well, we had a couple different questions today. Our big question that we're asking now is water, environmental, how does it relate to AI and things like that? So that's the big thing that we're looking to do. Sorry, folks, lost my train of thought. So, but that's the thing that we are looking to do. I'm going to put a poll up here real fast, and the poll's going to say, have you subscribed so we can stay live? There we go. So, yes, no, maybe, so, never, bro. Okay, so that's the poll for today. Have you subscribed so we can stay live? Yes, no, maybe, so, never, bro. Okay, folks. So I just want to come in, talk real fast. There's a lot going on around here in the area that I chose to stop in. Uh, Long story short, that's a little too much information. But yeah. Anyway, the topic we're talking about is AI. Oops. Let me start that poll so you guys can see it. There we go. Topic of the day that we're talking about right now is going to be AI. Um, it's a relaxing Saturday. We're just hanging out a little bit, seeing family, seeing friends. Grabbed a quick moment to hop on, go live, because this community matters a lot. And quite honestly, I love coming and going live. I love you guys. You guys brighten up my day, bring a lot of peace and joy. Oh, come on. So the poll says, have you subscribed so we can stay live? The first vote is never, bro. Yes, no, maybe so, and never, bro. You guys, come on now, show a little bit of love. But anyway, it's the weekend, folks. Take the poll. We're having a wonderful time, just enjoying the day. Latonia Thomas, 6650. Everyone follow Latonia Thomas, subscribe. And if you don't like their content, you can always unsubscribe. No one's here, I got your back. Thank you, Demaja James. I need that. Um, Please like the poll. Please subscribe because that's the only way we can stay alive. And that's also the way that we know that we can get folks to come to the channel. Yo, that rhyme. But anyway, happy to have you guys here. A lot of what we're doing today, we're just talking through. Usually we talk about AI, things like that. Now we're just kicking it. We're vibing as a community. We got folks coming in. We're just talking. Thank you so much, folks. It means a lot. Can somebody tell me, is there a red button? I just started going live last week. Can somebody tell me, is there a red button on the screen that says subscribe? That'd be very interesting to know. But yeah, folks, I'm out here, just enjoying the day. Decided I'd pull over. So long story short, there's probably about 20 police cars and a helicopter ahead. So a lot of people just kind of pulled over to see what was going on. And I'm one of the folks that instead of rubbernecking, actually got out to see what was going on. And I said, hey, I said, when I do that, let me pull up into the chat and talk a little bit more about my day. And looking forward to hear what you guys got to talk about too. As I mentioned, complete the poll. And like I said, we need subscribers because this channel used to be a crypto channel and it was based mainly out of, had a lot of Indian subscribers. It was crypto and one video kind of took it off. But what happens is now that we're talking about AI, I need to get it more global, especially here in the US as well. And the way YouTube works, and you guys probably create videos too, the way YouTube works, it creates an algorithm based off who watches your videos and things like that. So that's kind of where we are with that. But like I said, just having a wonderful time, a wonderful day. The weather's so nice. I'm on the East Coast. The weather's so nice. It looks a little cloudy, like it might rain soon. I can show you guys if you want to see the angle. Here's the angle of what I'm looking at. So it looks like it may actually rain soon, but for now, the rain is holding out and we're loving it, having a wonderful time, wonderful day. But yeah, folks, anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. 'Cause right now I'm kind of at a loss for words. Like I said, I'm just vibing a little bit. Been to the park, hanging out, enjoying the day. But I felt like I'd hop online and see what everyone else has going on. Folks, tell me where you guys calling in from. What part of town? What part of the world are you dialing in from? I'd love to hear. And this is the kind of stuff we got folks doing wheelies on bikes. It's a lot of energy out here today. But yeah. So what part of town are you guys calling in from? Are you guys on the East Coast? Are you guys in the U.S. at all? I'm just kind of a little curious, and how your day's going, how your weekend's going. It would be great to know those things. So, folks, talk to me. How's everything going? Right now, I'm out here pulled over to kind of lock in with you guys real fast. I'm gonna give you a visual of what I see. So that's kind of what I see. Um, Thanks everyone that says yes, and thanks everyone that said no, because there is a chance you still might subscribe even if you said no. But never, bro, you got me. Never, bro, means you're never ever going to subscribe, which is fine because I'll take the love in real time. It's cool. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. As I mentioned to folks, just hanging out a little bit. Was at the park a little bit earlier. Now just enjoying the day. Um, yeah, having fun with it. Typically, we talk about AI things, but on the weekend we just try to chop it up a little bit, um, and just see what everyone else has going on. So a little windy out, so signs on the road are falling down. But yeah, thanks to everyone that subscribed or is already subscribed. Nothing but love. Nothing but love for the folks that said no. Nothing but love for the folks that never, bro. But I wish I had someone that would say maybe so. Because that's hope and opportunity, right? But anyway, I just got done having a snowball. I know snowball is something. I'm in the East Coast. Snowball's pretty good, big on the East Coast. I don't know if you guys call them snowballs or snow cones where you're from, but feel free to chime in and let me know. But yeah, I'd love to know how folks found us. We're kind of new to this YouTube short thing. And so far, so good. As I was telling folks earlier, it's a great time for us to kind of interact, talk, learn. I'm learning a lot from my subscribers. I'm subscribing to folks. If folks commented down below, be sure you subscribe to them. And if you don't like their content, just unsubscribe a couple of days later. But that's what community building is all about. And I was saying earlier, it's tough because you can't just Google community, right? So you can Google community and you'll get a definition. But you can't just Google and create community. We build community by coming on times like this, checking in on one another, see how folks' days going, and just showing love. So yeah, so I got 50% of the people to say yes, they have subscribed, which is like four. But the question is, does that mean you subscribed before, or does that mean you subscribe right now? And so I'm an overthinker, so I'm going to analyze a lot of things. So I don't know if you guys like that, but if you do like it, um, following Four Buns, welcome back. Yeah, Four Buns was here the other day, showing love. So happy to have you back. Yeah, so I'm not talking as much about AI today. I'm just chopping it up. We're just having a good time and just being at ease because it's a nice, beautiful day. I was talking a little bit earlier about environmental concerns as it relates to AI, as far as like AI data centers and like that. Um, but right now, I'm just kind of hanging out. I think I told the backstory. I was driving along the roads, enjoying the day, and apparently, someone, I guess they it was a stolen car. I guess they like crashed the car and ran, and police chased on foot. You probably still hear choppers over here. So a lot of people kind of pulled over, see what's going on. So I pulled over and said, "Well, hey, since I pulled over anyway, let me hop on and talk to my community, because I'm looking to talk more often. Because like I said, I'm practicing my communication skills. We're in Baltimore today, TLX. We're in Baltimore. Where's everybody else at? Baltimore. That's Maryland, by the way. Um, Reno, Nevada. I love Reno, Nevada. So that means you're just in time to talk about what we like to talk about, which is if data centers need water to cool down equipment. And I hear it's pulling from community. So that is very, very interesting to hear. Hold on one second, folks. I think I want to make sure that I'm connected. No. I was connected to the wrong thing. So maybe, okay, in case my volume wasn't right, Hang tight 1 second, folks. I gotta disconnect from my car speaker, or else it's gonna sound 10 times terrible. There we go. I'm back at it. Hope we ain't lose nobody. Oh, we lost a couple people. You live in Washington, D.C., Oklahoma. Yeah. So I stay in Washington, D.C. I just come up to Baltimore to visit. I actually stay in D.C. nowadays. Oklahoma is one place that I have not been to in, I think, many, many years. I feel like I may have been before, but maybe not in many, many years. But yeah. Do you guys ever travel? You guys ever travel to this area, to the East Coast? Cause yeah, so I'll tell you, me personally, I really enjoy Miami in the summertime when the weather's nice and the weather's not bad. I really enjoy, sorry, in the wintertime. I love New York is one of my favorite cities. It just gets way too cold during the winter time, you know? So I try to go to New York and I'd love to make it to Chicago at some point this summer. I feel like Chicago's one of those cities I've never really been to. I've like passed through. I haven't really spent any serious time in Chicago because it's so cold in the wintertime. And during summertime I just never seem to make it up that way. But hopefully this year I can make it up that way. I actually lived in the Midwest for a little bit and that was an amazing time. Back when I first got out of college, this was like probably 20 years ago. But yeah, I had a wonderful time. I had a lot of great friends in the Midwest. So yeah, you lived on 14th near Walter Reed. Oh, I know exactly where that's at. Yeah, I know exactly where that's at. That is I know exactly what's at. They're doing a lot of work and building up that area nowadays. It's some new project that they started over there. It's like a really, really big area. You got to come back to town and check it out. There's definitely a lot going on in DC nowadays. Very unpolite traffic is terrible too. Oh, 4 said the people are very impolite and the traffic is terrible too. Oh no, but I guess the question becomes, what about the food? If the food is good, I'm there. I can put up with the impoliteness and traffic if the food is good. If the food is trash, then I won't be there. I'm a foodie, by the way. I love hummus, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and I love, love, love hot pot. I don't know if anyone here likes hot pot. But hot pot is definitely one of those things that I go after, except for the fact it's a little bit too much sodium. I love going to hot pot. You know, I absolutely love hot pot. That is correct. All Midwest food is good. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I've definitely seen a lot along the lines. If you're like a red meat steak type person, there's like I think what's called Gates Barbecue in I'm just gonna train of thought. In Kansas City. We're full of it. Too much too much McDonald's. Yeah, I get it. For a couple of years, I'd actually stopped eating McDonald's. You know, uh, now I mean I go there sparingly, mostly for like the Sunday, maybe the chicken nuggets. But other than that, I felt like the ketchup from McDonald's is really really addicting. I don't know what they put in that. Probably just pure sugar. I don't know, but it's something special about that ketchup. Oh, I know about KC Mo Prospect. Yep. I was in Lenexa at one point. At one point, so that's KCK, obviously. I was up not too far from Overland Park on 100 and something. I forgot. It's been so long. But yeah, Kansas City is one of those cities that are slept on. I really, really enjoy Kansas City. Some very, very good quality folks out there. Um, yeah, I definitely do not make it back nearly as much as I would like to, but wonderful, wonderful place. The living's a little bit slow compared to the East Coast, but yeah, Kansas has very, very nice people, y'all. Yeah, Kansas is one of those cities. I'm gonna tell you guys something else. North Carolina is one of those cities. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of great places with people that reciprocate great energy all across the world. To be honest with you, like most places I go, you know, if you treat people with respect, they do the same. And that's the same for online too, right? Like when we show love online, we get love back. Like, you know, like something as simple as me saying, hey, everybody, subscribe. And, you know, we got 5 people at least that subscribed off of that. So, like, that's love. Like, you know, there's not a lot of places you can go where you just kind of like get that level of love. But Overland Park, Kansas, my cousin lives, we have been to the same place. Yeah, Overland Park, I tell you, is a nice place too. Because, see, Sprint headquarters is out there. I used to be in telecommunications like before I started my own business, that was my background. So like, I was out there that way working in my younger days in my career. And I tell you, like I said, I was introduced to a lot of things like Thai food. I was introduced to a lot of things when I was out there. So nothing but the fondest of memories. And I think we went out, it was to Lawrence, Kansas. At that time, I was college age. I think we went out to like Lawrence, Kansas, University of Kansas. Had a wonderful time. So you moved to Reno last year, lived in San Fran for 30. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's a long time. San Francisco is actually one of the places I've never been to yet. San Francisco is one of the places I said I don't want to go to San Francisco until I have like a successful app. So like on this page we're like building out an app together, but like it's a personal goal of mine to motivate myself to not go to San Francisco until I have like built an AI web app that's cool and useful. So like that's kind of like my motivation to actually build and also grow different web apps and web tools. That's a personal note right there. But yeah, folks. I hear it's extremely expensive. I don't know how folks can live out there. I hear homes are in the millions. So it's like, are salaries up to par, or like how are folks making it if they don't have like a mid six-figure salary? Like I heard even the rental is highly, highly expensive. So I guess maybe what they live on the outskirts or something. Maybe they don't live in San Fran proper. That's what I was wondering. But yeah, a place I really enjoy in the U.S. Austin, Texas is fun. Miami is fun. Um, there's a lot of wonderful, wonderful places. But I think Miami cost of living is going to go to the roof really soon because a lot of technology things are actually ending up in Miami. Like there was a time when I got out of school, if you didn't speak Spanish, um, you couldn't go to Miami. Like, you could not find a job if you didn't speak Spanish. I think times are changing with remote work and global work and things like that. Are you going to make books educate AI? Yes, for buns. I actually would love to make a book on AI. Black man, you have to city help. A one bedroom's 3,000 a month. Wow, that's an awful lot of money. That's an awful lot of money. Yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely going to write a book. I enjoy writing. I'm gonna tell you guys, I really enjoyed writing prior to AI. Um, I think AI has made it easier to write for a lot of people, but me, I'm old fashioned. I still like to write based off my thoughts. I love the way I feel when I express myself in written form. I'm working on the verbal form a lot more, but I really love expressing myself in written form. And I'll tell you guys a little bit of background why. So when I was young, I had a really, really bad stutter. I would talk so fast and mumble my words consistently, and I had a really, really bad stutter. And so that kind of actually that threw me to writing a lot more. My comfort zone was writing written, and so I kind of got pretty good at it. Was not really good at like English class in school, but I was pretty compelling writer. I can get my point across very well in writing. That's just a fun fact. See, I told you guys I stutter really, really bad. That's a fun fact. But yeah, folks. So that's what I'm doing. I'm here kicking in. Probably about to grab a bite to eat. I had a little bit earlier. I had a snowball. I don't know if you guys know what snowballs are. It's a really big thing on the East Coast, specifically like Maryland. Um, but I had a snowball on a hot day. That's good. Um, but now you know, we was talking about making money as it relates to AI, talk about regulation as it relates to AI, whether folks thought it was over or under regulated. We're talking about Fable, um, Fable LLM built on a Mythos architecture for Anthropic. So we talked about a lot of things this week. And we're still talking about things, but on the weekend, chilling out a little bit more, talking about things like life and relaxing, enjoying the day, the good weather. Because, like I'm sure a lot of you guys are, I'm very much techie and I love talking about stuff like that. And at the end of the day, if I could all day long, all I would do is talk about technology, investment, making money. So I try to chill out a little bit on the weekend a little bit. Try not to talk to my friends and family about it too much because it's just way, way too much. That's why I come online and talk with folks that are like minded. Get some yeah. I had some barbecue. I went to this spot called Mid Atlantic Seafood, which is actually in Maryland. It's in PG County. There's another spot out Upper Marlboro that has really, really good food. I don't know if it's called the Den, but everybody talks about it. I'm sure your brother and sister know about it. Other than AI, do talk about President of the United States, all that stuff. It's funny, Four Bonds, it's funny you mentioned that. So I'm part of a business group and we advocate for things that help business owners, politics and legislation and stuff like that. TLX, thank you for your service, sir. Um, but Four Buns, I'm in DC a lot, talking to politicians, policymakers, and things like that as it relates to small business owners. When it comes to presidency and stuff like that, I try not to pick a side because a lot of the work I do is what they call bipartisan, which means it goes across the aisle for both parties. So at least professionally, I have to stay neutral and focus on things that's going to help advance the mission of business owners. So if you go in picking a side, no one's going to listen. You're not going to have anyone's support as it comes to business. So we try to focus on things like access to affordable capital, workforce development, government contracting, key items that we can get pushed across the aisle on both sides. So and now AI, obviously, right? That's one thing we're working on. Absolutely focus on God. It's so funny we mentioned that earlier. Talking about God, talking about Jesus, everyone's personal beliefs. So yeah, that's one thing about this channel. It gives the opportunity to come and just talk about the things that we have an interest in, that we have a passion in. I always try to gear it as much as possible back to AI, only because that's the way the AI algorithm works. But at the end of the day, I'm also human, so I'm going to talk on things that interest me, that are applicable to my life, and things like that. So trying to find a balance, and this is only our second week of going live. Trying to find a balance, um, yeah, and going live. So, all right, I think someone just put in maybe so. Hopefully, by the end of this chat, we can get you to go subscribe. And the main reason is because when you subscribe, to my knowledge, that's the only way YouTube is going to tell you guys when we are on here. So, subscribing is probably the best way we can go about doing that. Okay, TLX. Whoa, it was almost an accident right behind me. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, so by all means, folks, follow people that are commenting in the chat. This is a community. We're all trying to subscribe to folks. Give folks a day or two that if their content doesn't resonate with your vibe, unfollow, but at least give folks a chance by subscribing. And I do that too after these calls. A lot of time I try to go back and subscribe to folks as well. So that's always a great thing. But yeah, just relaxing, thinking about what I'm about to eat because I'm getting a little hungry. We're trying to eat a little bit better. I think I kind of messed up and had like Popeye sandwiches for the past few days. But yeah, I had Indian food. I actually had a video on here where I actually ate my whole dinner, which was Indian food. Thank you, brother. That means a lot. It really does. It really does. But yeah, so I was eating Indian food and it was delicious. And that was kind of like a head knob or a hat tip to some of my followers that are from India. I'll tell you guys the background on this channel is I probably had the channel for many, many years. I probably started using it about 3 years ago, and it was called the Global Stocks and Crypto Chat. And I talked about Solana. And now, after talking about Solana, we hit a situation where we had a lot of folks out of India. I guess they were heavy on Solana at the time. They subscribed, and the channel was doing well. But then I decided that AI kind of encompasses both crypto and stocks, and it's something that I'm very, very extremely passionate about. So we changed the channel over to that. I'm 45 years old. How about yourself? But yeah, so that's kind of where we are with that. So like I said, I try to come on and just speak my mind. I do the morning walk and talk to try to get my health good. But yeah, so that's pretty much the basis. I believed in God before, but have stopped believing because of science and parents not believing. I constantly think about it, but keep denying it. But I still thinking about it. Please don't hate for this opinion. 45. I'm 45. Four buns. The best thing I can say is pray, man. At the end of the day, pray, have a connection with your creator, and pray that your creator will reveal themselves if you feel that is, 56 years young. That's what I'm talking about. And retired. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that's my take on it. If you do have an interest in God and you're just kind of uncertain, start with a prayer, go to your local church, and see if you feel it. See if you feel it. My belief is that your God will reveal yourself, your God will reveal themselves to you, you know. But like I said, I don't force my beliefs on anyone. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah. But yeah, folks, that's where I'm at with that. Got my mind on food because I gotta eat. I love fried fish. We'll try to come back on the fried food. A lot of times I'll grab something quick just to hold me over if I can't decide what I'm going to get. About to link up with family, and they always know what they want to get, so I end up following along, trailing along, and grabbing a great bite to eat. But my friends, it has been a wonderful time. Great to see everybody. I'm gonna hop back on in a few if I find something to eat. But y'all take it easy and thank you for the love. It means a lot. Thank you for the conversation. Hope everybody's enjoying their evening. And I'll be back, y'all.